Good morning. Woke up at 5:45 this morning. Fire's on, coffee's made. The sun is just peeking up over the trees over there. I think it's going to be a gorgeous day. Let's start breakfast. Let's go kick Rich's hammock. Previously on the Petit Voyage. On day 2, we woke up to a calm, sunny morning on Lake Nipissing. We finally entered the French River via the canoe pass. We checked for pictographs at Gibraltar Rock. That's just oxidation. After a quick flyover, we did find some pictographs on Kennedy Island. We spent most of the day ducking in and out of islands on the north shore, trying to avoid big crossings into the strong headwinds. We had to cross eventually. By early evening, we reached our first portage of the trip. Once around the hydro dam, things started to feel more remote. Pulled into camp with the setting sun and enjoyed a beautiful night on the French River.
It's a really nice spot that we stayed at. The site doesn't look too great from the water. It's a little bit buggy. The worst part of it is the fact that there's a road running behind you. We came in pretty late to camp and we're leaving pretty early, so we didn't hear too many cars, but definitely 1 or 2 passed throughout the night. We're about to get back on the water again. Today's the day that I've been most looking forward to on the trip. Chance to run a little rapids or at least see some quick moving water from the shoreline. Early this morning, we have a rapid that we might try and run. Then we're gonna go probably portage around Kiso Point, try and see if there's a pictograph still. So we're at Kiso Point. The portage is back here around this corner. We decided just to paddle up to take a peek at it. And it's weird, you don't hear anything. Like normally, even in Algonquin, on the smallest of little waterfalls or rapids, you hear them. But there should be something right here around this corner. To be honest, I don't know if we're in high water, low water, medium water, I have no idea. But doing a bit of the research we did before the trip, somewhere on this rock on River Right, there should be some pictographs. There is nothing worth portaging around right here. If this was a rapid, you'd be bouncing right by these, but in the water conditions we're in now, we're going to be able to get a good view of these. They're right underneath this like juniper. Bit of an overhang. There's a couple little figurines here. But it looks like 2 trees. So we just rounded the point where campsite 301 is. I believe this is Kiso Island. And just behind this island and off that way is where the Restoule River comes in. So you can access the French River
from Restoule Provincial Park, and this is where it would enter into the French. It's another option to start your trip instead of doing what we did on Lake Nipissing. Looking pretty ominous today. I saw some horsetail clouds this morning, so maybe later today or tomorrow we're gonna get some rain. Campsite 306 on the Friends of French River map. We've been paddling for at least 5 kilometers, maybe a little more, and we could really go for a stand up, a stretch, and a little bit of water. Into a bit of a hub here. We're gonna split these islands over here to our right. I think if you swing that far point, that's where the lower French River spills into the main channel. On this side is Wolseley Bay. The amount of boat traffic and the amount of buildings is reducing as we go. Approaching 18 Mile Island. All right, well, we just had lunch up over there on the rocks with the guys fishing. There's not much to this rapid. Just this section here, we're gonna line down and then you basically paddle the rest of it. Nice little channel, not much to it. All right, we're good. I think we're in low water because this fast moving water here, there's a big rock right in the middle. If we shoot that, we're gonna get hung up at minimum. And then after you're done this section, like we could probably line it down the far side over here, but down here it doesn't look like a whole lot of water going over some washboard. So I think we're just gonna portage around this one. I think we're gonna take the portage around it, which is basically right here. Starts over there, goes up the hill. So we're just rounding Point Edward. There's a marked swift hear it. We may pull over just to take a peek. All right, buddy. Good luck. After we ran that Swift, we're just at the what's marked on the map as the ladder. We can't see around the corner, so we're doing the, I don't know, 140 meter portage, something like that. If it doesn't look too bad, we're gonna come back and run the boat and the barrel down 170 meter. Pretty vertical too. It's eerie, you can't hear anything. The ladder's to our right, but I don't know if there's just no water. You can't hear a thing. So Rich is going over to check it out.
There appears to be no rapids. Again, this is leading me more and more to believe that we're in extremely low water.
I don't know how high the water would have to be to come over this, but this is the ladder from the bottom side. Just a pile of rocks. Our stuff is on the beach just over there. We're gonna paddle or walk the canoe around the corner, pick our stuff up, and keep heading downstream, upwind. It's been a crazy day, and it just finished raining. We are past the campsite on the left, portage on the right, around what's marked Big Parisian. I don't know if there's some confusion as to mislabeling of these, but we'll call it Big Parisian. That's what the map's calling it. It doesn't look too bad. I think we should just take a look at it from the top. So here's looking down into the rapid that we were just paddling towards. The first section doesn't look hard, but then it all bends to the right and there's quite a bit of froth. I just don't know if we can hit that first V and turn right fast enough not to get caught up on those rocks. The second set, if they're rocks, it's tough to tell from here. Problem is the water's so low. It's got good flow, but it's really frothing at that section, so I think there's something there. And everything flows off to the right, so I think we've elected to portage. Just after Big Parisian, still raining. Raining harder. Oof. You want to stop at this campsite up here? Make some hot apple cider or something? I don't want to sit and paddle in the rain for 3 hours. Just a Swift.
We tried to find a campsite. We missed it. We're quite wet. We were going to paddle a lot further, but it's just been raining and raining and raining. We're not exactly sure because the water's so low that the rapids that are marked on the map don't even exist. As we went over the ladder rapids, it was basically us just dragging the boats down a hill. And then Devil's Chute appeared to be nothing but a channel.
So we're on a campsite at the Crooked Chute. Not a whole lot going on in low water, so we can easily paddle through this. But this campsite, we can get hammocks up, but really there's no good spot to get a tarp up. And as you can tell, it's pissing raining. Has been for hours. So I really want to get out of these clothes into some dry clothes. I'm not cold yet. I'm sure I will as the day wears on. It's already past 5 o'clock. We decided to push on. We're gonna go down the Crooked Chute or Crooked Swift or Crooked Rapids and try for the first campsite in Zone 5, which should be just down to the right. If we strike out there, there's a whole bunch of campsites coming up, but we really need to find a campsite soon. All right, so we're set up. We got a tarp, the water. Rich's hammock's over there. My hammock's over there. Richard's making wonton soup. What was it? Ramen. It has stopped raining, but it rained pretty good most of the afternoon. And it made it quite miserable. I don't know what time it is, but it's after supper. We listened to a comedy special while eating, and it did stop raining and it didn't start again, which is nice. But everything we own is soaked, and we're just putting the finishing touches on everything. And I think we're both going to go to bed.
How is this so messed up? I wouldn't want to capsize and get wet. True.
Oh, Richie Poo. Chef Richard. And then when we got sideways, I'm like, this is not how we need to go down this rapid.
Found a blueberry.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else good to share.
Just don't want to deep six myself.
Oh, give me here. The sun's awake, so I'm awake.
Peach.